37, that's Telenor, the Norwegians. They really have had a super competition so far.
What is it that you think brings the team together well and makes you successful?
It's good cooperation, that we talk with each other and discuss the solutions and agree on what to do, and all the team know what to do.
Especially I think we are very good at finding plan Bs. If something goes a little bit wrong, then everybody tries to find plan Bs. That's very good.
What about your competition? Do you think you can beat them?
Yeah, we think. We have beaten them on some other stages, so we are aiming for that.
Well, it may look easy watching at home or sitting here in the commentary box, but I can assure you it isn't. Cisco Systems, and this is ACBG trying to work their way through this puzzle.
It won't be that though, it'll be like a massive number.
You can tell the tension building there. Microsoft Tromsø, team number 17, one of 8 Norwegian squads competing here.
It's just getting all the last energy out, that's the strategy. And getting the puzzles correct, of course. But we're very smart people, so it should be fine.
So we won't be seeing you in the brain cells then?
No, absolutely not. Are you filming this?
Well, the confidence is there. Let's see if they've got the mathematical genius to back it up. Remember, there'll be a 5-minute penalty here for any of the teams who get this wrong. Well, you can see by the reaction there, Microsoft Tromsø, they said we've got no intention of going into the Braincell, and they're the first to make it their new home. Telenor, another Norwegian team, they've had a go and they've got it right. That is excellent. So as Microsoft Tromsø watch on, some of their compatriots, team number 37, are well on their way. Just making sure they've dipped in there with the marshal. They'll be heading towards their bikes and the next section of the course.
The favourites Telenor were back in front with the Braincell doing its job and shuffling the pack. Dimension Data of Belgium, the Irish Vodafone team and Cisco in the blue all used their minds to muscle ahead of the UK team ACBG, who went into the lockup.
What's the penalty?
Early leaders Openreach also got it wrong and gave Braincell 1 a very British flavour.
"5 minutes, disappointing. It's just basic multiplication. We thought we checked it, but
back to school for us.
Yeah.
Change your tactics?
Yeah. Take more care of the puzzles, definitely. More care, because this is not worth 5 minutes, yeah.
Bring more intelligent people.
Easy question. It is an easy question.
We'll catch them up again. I think we're in about 8 now, so I think we can catch them back up again.
We'll get them on the bikes.
Yeah. Let's go, boys. Team ACBG.
Telenor weren't getting caught yet though and were well on their way to Braincell 2, chased by the Belgians, Dimension Data and the hard-working Cisco team in blue. Happy holidays for some then, but it would be the locals still in front at Braincell 2. There's a bit of a village fate feel about this next task, though you don't win a cuddly toy or a Victoria sponge for getting the answer right, but you do avoid going into the Braincell.
Well, it couldn't be simpler for Telenor as they arrive as the first team to tackle Braincell 2. Cisco Systems in second, Dimension Data, the Belgians, in third. How many balls are in the vase?
What about the brain cells? You've got to solve those puzzles, you've got to stay out of the brain cells. Are you feeling confident?
We're quite confident, but we have to take maybe 1 extra minute to make sure we get out of the penalty, so to keep a few minutes off the time.
Well, coming up to the halfway stage now in this race as Cisco, the second team, arrive at the puzzle, and this will be an indication of the strategy of the teams. Do you go for a guess? Do you avoid wasting time trying to come up with the correct answer and get on with your penalty as quickly as you can? That is certainly what Telenor have decided to do. Just to clarify on that, counting the balls, the teams have to get within 10% of the correct answer, which is 302, and it might look easy, but it certainly isn't.
Never mind. That one looked like a bit of a tough one.
Yeah, it was.
Who's such a gamble?
Yeah.
You guessed that one then?
Yeah, we tried to calculate, but it was really difficult, and we realized that instead of using minutes calculating, we just took a chance and it was wrong.
Well, let's see how everyone else does.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, it could prove to be a good tactic there by Telenor, as the yellow of Dimension Data close in on the vase. Interesting to see some of the teams getting down to the work and certain members deciding, no, this one isn't really for me. But how do you begin to work your way through this puzzle? Can you really count to within 10% when there are over 300 balls in the vase? Well, the Belgians obviously think you can.
10%, how many balls?
Some of them do anyway. Here comes Cisco. They've done well to close up some ground here on the leaders. It's an international team here, but they're having some disagreements.
5 games of... Okay, how many rows? How many rows? Okay,
They all seem to have a different idea as to how many balls were in the vase. Well, we almost need the UN peacekeeping envoy here. Temper's just fraying a little bit ahead of the final decision, which is wrong.
This one goes in there. Guys!
Passion's running high here.
Come, dip! I counted 200! Dip!
Well, they can argue all night long, but the outcome is the same. Whoever made the mistake, they're all in the Braincell.
How many minutes? I said 200 only.
This actually puts us in an interesting position here in the race, because the first team to get this right would have a fabulous chance of victory. Nobody's got it yet.
Are you frustrated, guys?
Very.
Did you guess, or did you try and work it out?
A very uneducated guess.
What was your guess?
I guess it was 220 and we think it's far too low.
Cisco Austria were next to try their luck. But it was a 9, a non and a Norwegian net all round. Remember Monsieur Disinterest of Dimension Data? In the end, he did right to keep his data to himself, and the Belgians were first to hit the magic number.
Well done!
Getting it right just behind them, though, were the Brits of ACBG, who were as good as their word and retook the lead on the ride to Braincell 3. The Norwegians Telenor were down to third, but could stay happy if they could stay out of here. ACBG had the head start on solving Braincell 3, but Dimension Data would soon be putting on the pressure. Telenor arrived just 2 minutes down, only to see ACBG legging it away in the other direction, with a right answer behind them and just one more Braincell to beat. Well, it's a straight foot race from here to the finish. The leaders, Team 20, have about 4 kilometres with one Braincell in the middle, but it could all change yet. See you after the break. Welcome back to the Cisco Euro Challenge here in Norway. Local team Telenor are the wrong side of the fjord, while the leaders are arriving at the last Braincell, over the water at Tromsø's Arctic Cathedral. It's a tough challenge for the Brits, ACBG, working out the weighing scales puzzle with a bit of algebra, and also weighing up the costs and benefits of spending time on the puzzle, with Dimension Data and Telenor closing in. The chasers are just arriving as ACBG have their answer ready. It's the moment of truth for the British team.
So they've got the lead. Have they got the last puzzle right? Yes, they have. What a brilliant chance now for victory for ACBG. Dimension Data, the Belgians, going up to that Braincell, and the British team are on their way. The Norwegians, Telenor, they're still in contention. And as they watch ACBG disappear back over the bridge, they realise they're going to have to solve this very, very quickly to have any chance. Which three weights balance the scale?